Howdy folks, and welcome back to Subnautica with the mighty Jingles. And right now I'm attempting to make it down to a depth of 300 meters, which is going to be a new depth record for me, in order to investigate Lifepod 19, which contains Second Officer Keen, Second Officer of the Aurora, de facto new commanding officer after the captain was killed in the crash that stranded me here. And we've made it. And there's a thing. Alright. Ultra high capacity oxygen tank. I suspect I am probably going to be needing that. And another PDA found. Anything else in here? Meh, doesn't look like it. Looks like he had to cut his way out. Okay, we still have 84 seconds of oxygen left, so I can afford to have a very quick investigate. Ooh, some silver. Nice. Useful for wiring kits. What's that? Another PDA. Nearly missed it. It's a voice log. Let's hear it.
Keen, this is Aurora. Come in. This is Keen. Lifepod detached. Okay, planet fall in 30 seconds. The computer has identified a landmass at the attached coordinates. I want you to regroup the crew there. Understood, but they are your responsibility now. Don't let them down. Captain, you need to evacuate. Negative. You'll need the ship in one piece if you're going to contact HQ on the long range. I'm attempting a controlled descent. Captain?
Yeah, he's dead, Dave. They're all dead, Dave. They're dead. All of them. Yeah, I know I've done that reference before, but if it's good once, it's good every time. Right then, so got the schematics for a new ultra-high capacity oxygen tank. And on returning to the life pod, there's even more good news.
Aurora, this is Sunbeam again. We just picked up a massive debris field at your location. I didn't know how many of you... I didn't know. We're now en route to your location. We're gonna bring you home. Sunbeam out. What else can I say? The only time I parked a rig this big on a rock that small was in VR, and I blew it. It's a bad option, all right, but so are all the others.
Awesome. So I can probably expect to be rescued. Now, call me an old pessimist, but I'm not going to count on it. And that means I'm going to need to build a habitat builder tool, just in case my stay here becomes a little more permanent than anticipated. For that, I'm going to need more stuff. Okay, I've got the copper wire. I just need to get myself some coral. And there's plenty all around the escape pod. Bit of table coral. To make a computer chip, which I think is the last component that I need for the habitat builder tool. And then we're going to start constructing something a little more permanent than the survival pod. Right then. Should now just make sure what we need. A computer chip. Yeah. There we go. Computer chip, 1 in number. And new blueprint synthesized. Advanced wiring kit. Don't need it at the moment, but let's just check it out. There it is. Wiring kit, gold, and another computer chip. Well, I'm not going to make that right now. I need the computer chip for my habitat builder tool.
The builder tool is designed to construct
Awesome!
capable of withstanding extreme environmental
Right. Time to build myself a salt mine headquarters. Hopefully this won't be too hard to figure out. So, base pieces, foundations. Foundations sound good. Multi-purpose room. Well, let's start by putting a foundation down. Now, where are we going to do it? Should probably pick somewhere reasonably flat. There we go. So in order to construct this, it's pulling lead and titanium out of my inventory. Bingo! One foundation panel. What was that about base hull strength that popped up in the top left corner of the screen? Oh, I'm sure it's not important. Multi-purpose room next. This just uses titanium. And that's reduced my base hull strength. But it's still a positive number. Okay, now for power. Which way's the sun? I'm not entirely sure whether or not it makes a difference if your solar panel is actually pointing towards the sun, but let's just assume it does. Get this placed. Huh? No, out of resources. It looks like I'm missing quartz. Oh, we have another radio signal. Alright, let's go and investigate that.
High priority automated message from Aurora Live Pod 13 coordinates attached. Live Pod is carrying high priority passenger.
Yoki Kassar. I said Kassar. Why do I have to record this anyway?
Send immediate burial detail.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
The hell was that all about? Well, I'm still short of quartz. I used to think it's quartz. Let's have a look. Yes. I have no quartz. This needs 2 quartz to make a solar panel. Right. Can find quartz in the caves. So let's go spelunking. Well, found myself some quartz. And solar panel complete. Power restored to the habitat. Awesome.
Power restored. All primary systems online.
How do I get in? Oh, I have to build a hatch. Well, duh. Luckily, I have the materials for that. And there it is. Home sweet home. Let's pop inside.
Welcome aboard,
See, the
Captain.
power level is charging up to a maximum of 75 with 1 solar cell. Still, this place is looking a bit Spartan, so let's see what we can do to get it filled up. Exterior modules? No. Interior pieces? Bioreactor? No. Vehicle upgrade console? That goes into the mool pool. We haven't built that yet. Interior modules? Yes. Fabricator. Need gold for that. Radio. Grow bed for growing foods. Radio and lockers for storing all of my stuff and my things. So we're going to get ourselves some lockers built. Right, 2 lockers, 1 for minerals, 1 for miscellaneous items, but it's getting to be a bit of a pain in the arse having to swim back up to the survival pod every time I want to fabricate something. So the next thing I'm going to do is build a fabricator down here. Excellent. Now, unfortunately, despite the fact that I've just found the blueprints in Second Officer Keen's life pod for making an ultra-high capacity oxygen tank, you don't actually make that in the fabricator. That's made by modifying your existing oxygen tank in a modification station. And I don't have the plans to make one of those yet. So, shit. Well, anyway, cutting a very long story short, this took some time because I'm terrible at base building. I've built myself a moon pool, which isn't a huge amount of use because I don't actually have a Seamoth to park in it yet. But I've worked on extending the base a little. Oh, hang on a second. Another radio signal. Let's go and see what this is all about. With any luck, it's another crashed survival pod. Let's see.
This is Life Pod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to date to bank.
Right. Well, it's a good job we've got a radiation suit. On the other hand, if I wait for them to die, I can take all of their stuff and things. And they're probably already dead anyway. What? I'm just being honest. Anyway, I've got a base to build. Speaking of building the base, do you remember every time I add another compartment it lowers the structural integrity, or the base hull strength? I now have a base hull strength of less than 0. That is a very, very bad thing. This is why you're supposed to build on foundations or add reinforcement points to your compartments. I haven't, of course, bothered doing any of that. I mean, I built one foundation, but yeah, who needs more than one, right? I'm sure it'll be... Wait, is that water? Well, I know I'm in the water, but is that water inside the base? Maybe if I remove this. Okay. Hull strength is now 1.5. That's a positive number. That's good, right? Yeah, let's get rid of this too. I don't need the extra compartments. I still haven't figured out a way of actually building a connection to the moon pool, but now we have a nice positive hull strength number. Oh, shit. Okay, well, that was kind of unexpected. We appear to be flooding. Ooh, what's that? Can I fix that with the repair tool? Where's my repair tool? There it is. Let's assign that to a quick slot. I can. We have hull breaches. Awesome. We've obviously got more than one. Where's the other one? Wands. There's one.
Hull integrity restored. Draining systems initiated.
Hey! We're going to live. So, yes. You can't just go slapping compartments down wherever you feel like it. You have to worry about the hull integrity. And that means building on foundations or adding reinforcement panels and bulkheads. Oh well, no real harm done. Well, I'm busy decorating the second brand new compartment when I start to receive a radio signal, and I'm about to swim back up to the survival pod to check in on the radio when it suddenly occurs to me I can actually build a radio down here.
This is Sunbeam. You know Aurora. We're from a little transgov on the far side of Andromeda, and we have a saying there. There's no bad without the good, no good without the bad. Sounds like you tasted a bunch of the former, but that only means you're overdue a whole lot of the latter. Might just be we're it. We're scanning for somewhere to park. We'll be in touch when we find it. Sunbeam out.
Oh my god, I'm being rescued by space hippies. Oh well, beggars can't be choosers. I can't really afford to be fussy. Anyway, sometime later I'm out scavenging for more resources in order to further construction of the base when I get 2 spots of incredibly good luck. I find my final bioreactor and Seamoth fragments. So now I can build a slightly more stable power supply for the base than the solar panels, which don't have a huge amount of capacity and only charge up during the day. And my first proper vehicle. The Seamoth is going to be incredibly useful. When you first build it, it has a crush depth of only 200 meters. I can go deeper than that, just using the Sea Glide. I mean, the Sea Glide doesn't have a crush depth, it's not pressurized, so yeah. The problem with the Sea Glide is that, while it's great, it doesn't replenish your oxygen supply when you're using it. It's just a means of propulsion and a light. So the depth that you can actually explore in the Sea Glide is limited by the supply of oxygen on your back. You don't get that issue with the Seamoth. When you're inside the Seamoth, you breathe from its own oxygen supply, and it replenishes your oxygen tank when you're inside it. So while, at least initially, you can only go down to a depth of 200 meters in the Seamoth, you can actually go deeper than that. It's just that you can only take the Seamoth to 200 meters. You can then jump out of the Seamoth, use the Sea Glide, go as deep as you like, providing you get back to the Seamoth in order to top off your air tank. And you can research upgrades which are going to increase the crush depth of the Seamoth as well. So, we're going to need to build ourselves a Seamoth. To the Batcave! It's not actually a Batcave, it's just the mobile vehicle bay, but Batcave sounds better. Right then, Seamoth, 1 in number. Go! Go, nanobots! Build me a Seamoth. Oh yeah, baby. And there it is. Let's go and take a look. Upgrade panel.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And I'm not using oxygen anymore. Hooray! Oh, this is going to be invaluable. Also, it's a lot faster than swimming. Let's get it docked in the moon pool. Seems a bit smoky in here. Oh. I'm flooded. Oh, yeah. Oops. Yeah. We'll just pretend that never happened. Yeah, when I suffered those hull breaches earlier, it also caused hull breaches inside the moon pool. So, yeah. Well, we'll just pretend that never happened. We'll keep that between us. Right, while this is pumping out, let's see what else I can get built. Because I didn't just unlock the Seamoth blueprint, I also unlocked the Bioreactor Blueprint. And the Bioreactor is an incredibly useful piece of kit because you can't rely on solar cells for your power needs, particularly if you keep building expansions to and enhancements to your base, because all of these things draw more power. And each solar cell only charges up to 75 units of electrical power per solar cell. It doesn't generate any power at night. You're going to need a more, not so much sustainable as reliable power source. And all you have to do to fuel a bioreactor is toss fish and plants into it, and it just cooks them and generates energy out of it. And it does generate a lot of power. A single bioreactor will charge up to 500 units of electrical energy. So at the moment, we're just going to toss some shrimp on the barbie, get it going. Still got space for some more, but that'll do to begin with. And it is charging up beyond 150, which was the power limit of my solar power cells. So potential maximum power storage of 650 units. There they go. Cooking away nicely. Right, what's next? We are going to investigate the wreckage of Lifepod 13 at a depth of 175 meters, well within the crush depth of the Seamoth, carrying the remains of a high priority passenger. And this time we are not going to get distracted, but ooh, what's this? I can't help it. I see shiny things I have to stop and investigate. Some salvage. Ooh, scanner room fragment. I don't have that. Need one more piece of scanner room debris in order to unlock the scanner room. There's probably more around here somewhere. Let's grab some salvage while we're here. Nothing inside the crates? Nope. More metal salvage. More metal salvage. Bit of limestone, some titanium. Oh shit, it's a snurgly. He seems to be stuck. Good. No, crap, he's not stuck. Let's get out of here. I think they call those things sand sharks. They actually burrow into the sand and just wait for you to come swimming by. What's that? Oh, another... Oh, great, yeah. Now I don't actually need Seamoth fragments. I'm finding them everywhere. Anytime you scan something that you've already unlocked, all you do is you get some titanium out of it. Can hear some reefbacks floating nearby. Oh, piece of gold. Useful. Is there a way into this wreck? Because there's going to be some good stuff inside the wreck, but I might need the laser cutter, and I don't actually have that yet. Oh, another bioreactor fragment. I'm also probably going to need the laser cutter for going on board the Aurora and doing something about all the radiation leaking out of the engines. Oh, and as if by magic, a laser cutter fragment. Right, let's see.
30 seconds.
Need one more laser cutter fragment from somewhere. 102 meters down. It's probably faster just to swim back to the Seamoth. Top up my oxygen from there. Oh, this thing's amazing. Right, anyway, yes, that life pod. You have to be disciplined, Jingles. You can't afford to get distracted by the shinies. Go and investigate life pod 13. Okay, right, got it. Oh, there's some metal. No. I'm not going to stop to pick up metal salvage. Got plenty of titanium. And titanium is easy to come by. I think my inventory might be full anyway. Ooh, ow, what was that? Hull integrity is down to 87%. I actually took damage from driving into fish. Okay, so the Seamoth isn't the most tough of vehicles. What the hell is this? Looks like an underground cave network down there, and I definitely haven't been in this area before. Look at those... I don't even know what you call them, those animals. Well, there's the life pod anyway. Oh, hit something, but no hull damage. I think it probably depends on the speed that I'm doing. Vehicle signatures? What the hell does that? Ooh, some lithium. Ah, crap, my inventory is full. Alright, I'm going to ditch some of this metal salvage. It's not like I really need more titanium at the moment. We'll take the lithium, because that stuff is hard to come by. Right then, Mr. Fancy Pants' life pod. And there's his PDA. So what does he have to say for himself?
Integrating new PDA data.
Live pod launch sequence initiated. Entering planetary atmosphere.
My creators, the cherishers and sustainers of worlds, give me this day my daily pleasures as I give to those who seek pleasures from me.
External temperature approaching critical levels.
Show me the path. In life, truth, and love for mine is the power. I am the one. On and off and on again.
Impact imminent.
Life is a game which the universe plays with itself. I am done playing as this bundle of flesh. Return me.
Okay, yeah, he was a bit weird. But he's dead now, and we're going to take all of his things. So screw him. Right, oxygen topped off. Now, what was that about Altera vehicle signatures nearby? Let's go and take a look. Oh, and there's another radio message waiting for me back at the sea base. Well, we'll worry about that when we get back to the sea base. For now, it's time to explore. I have to admit, I was kind of hoping I was going to find this. That is the Cyclops bridge fragment. Well, one of them. I'm going to need to find another two. And as you can tell by the databank entry unlock image that just popped up, the Cyclops is a really big submarine. It's more of a mobile base than a vehicle, like the Seamoth. But it's not just as simple as picking up a couple of data fragments and done, like it was with the Seamoth and the Sea Glide. The schematics for the Cyclops are split into various different components, so I've just found a bridge fragment. So, okay, that's going to, well, find another two, allow me to construct the bridge of the Cyclops, but, well, you're going to need more than that. And that is a Cyclops hull fragment. So, bridge, hull, what else? Engine, maybe? Either way, I've got a lot more fragments to find. But the other fragments have got to be around here somewhere. Oop, running out of oxygen. Back to the Seamoth. Oh shit, the battery just died on the Sea Glide. Alright, pop a fresh battery in. I don't have any batteries. Oh god, I'm going to die. Seamoth's 90 metres away. Swim to the surface. No, surface is 170 metres away. Swim to the Seamoth. That's not the Seamoth, that's the base. That's the Seamoth. 60 metres. 3 seconds. 40 metres? Well, that was kind of embarrassing. And on that bombshell, that's where we're ending today's video. Tune in next time to find out what happened next. Hope you enjoyed it, folks, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.